assault and batteries, but my trunk stay ever ready. Assault and battery, if you scared, you never ready.
Alright, today's video I'm going to be talking about Wrestlemania 32, and this can really go for any WrestleMania you really want. It's just some tips on what to bring with you. Things I feel are a necessity for every fan going. I think it makes sense, because over the years, you learn what to do and kind of what not to do. There was one WrestleMania we had that went perfect. It was WrestleMania 30. And I feel like WrestleMania 32 now is shaping up to be the exact same. So for you guys who, I guess, haven't gone on many trips, or if it's your first one, maybe this will help you. For access, that's pretty much the biggest thing. Everyone is so clustered. Access is just one of the most stressful things you'll ever probably do during the trip, because there's so many people there, and it's such a rushed environment, and you're going to be carrying so much stuff with you. It becomes overwhelming. I know for me, WrestleMania 27 was definitely like the eye-opener, and it was my first one. And by 29, I kind of knew how things worked, and then 30 and 31 happened, and so on and so forth. So for access, everyone always recommends, and even for your general everyday use on the trip, bring a bag with you, whether it be a drawstring bag, or for me, I always go with the gym bag. It's bigger, more compartments, but I feel like with me, I'm just like so extra when it comes to everything. I need whatever. But for everyone else, they do make the WrestleMania drawstring bag. People buy it at the trip, so it's a good souvenir, and it goes into use very well. I always bring, unless I know I'm meeting a guy for sure, I'm going to bring, like this year, I got my Seth Rollins VIP, so I'm going to be buying something at the Superstore to get him to sign. But for everyone else, it's the encyclopedia is the best thing to do. This is the updated one, and I know there's a bunch of guys who are new that aren't on here, so what I do is just get them to sign the front page. Here I got Luke Harper and Eric Rowan's signature right at the front page, but it's literally every single guy, and everything is in here. And let's say like Biggie Langston, or Biggie, I met him during WrestleMania 30. He was the Intercontinental Champion at the time. He isn't in this book, but they have a whole section on the Intercontinental Championship. So literally you just go to the I section and pick out Intercontinental Champion, get him to sign it, and there you go. So this, I feel, is the biggest thing to bring with you. And you're probably wondering what these are. This is my next tip to give to you. They're tabs. You put them in your book to not lose the page you're on. And I don't have these exact ones, but even sticky notes, something big enough to stick on the page and stick out of the book. Because when you're standing in line at Access, there's nothing more annoying than, let's say you're in line to meet Heidenreich, you know? You just raped Michael Cole, and now you wanna meet him. So you're nothing more annoying than putting your finger there and just standing there the whole time for anywhere. Let's say Heidenreich's line is 2 hours, 1 hour, 45 minutes long. It's just so annoying, and then you got to get your camera ready, and then you got to make sure you don't lose the page. And if you're filming, then you got to film, get your camera ready, hold this all at the same time while you're standing in line at Access. You're either going to be talking with your friends, or you're going to be on social media. And even during that whole weekend, you're going to be on WWE's Twitter, you're going to be on Instagram, you're going to be on Facebook, because they have contests running throughout the whole weekend where, for example, The Rock during WrestleMania 27 took a picture, said, "Meet me here, whoever's here, like I'll do whatever you want, like I'll sign whatever you want. Like it's a meet and greet pretty much, just find me." And we wouldn't have known about this if it wasn't for Twitter. And we were obviously too late, and it turns out where we parked was about a 5-minute walk to where The Rock actually was. So we missed out on that. So, and everyone knows, like, phone batteries, they're either going to last you a long time if they're new, but over a year, like mine, the battery's going to become very, very shitty, and it'll take you a couple hours to go below 50, and then you got the 20, and then you're in the danger zone, and you're going to start panicking. So always bring a rechargeable case. I know now they sell those big blocks, and I would imagine they last a long time. But this is my one for the iPhone 5, and it worked for me every single year. So that's like one of the biggest things for me to bring. And then Sharpies. This is for if you meet guys walking around on Bourbon Street, you're at IHOP, you see Dusty Rhodes and Bret Hart walking down the street, you get out, you run, be like, "Hey, can you give an old sign ski?" And you'll have this in your bag. So even if you're carrying your encyclopedia with you, it's all together. It all goes hand in hand. So Sharpies, and even at the airport, it's the same thing. The camera situation. I know people are like, "Oh, I just use my phone," but unless you're sitting like row 1 at WrestleMania, you can't beat the zoom on a digital SLR, whatever. One of the nicer cameras that you invest a lot of money in. I know iPhone 6 and the Samsung have good quality, but for me, it's always been like these iPhones are for access and stuff, close view, close range. But when it comes to like sitting at WrestleMania, sitting at the Hall of Fame, at Raw, good pictures always come from this. Because the weather never cooperates at all times, make sure you bring a jacket or a sweater. This is just my John Cena sweater, so I can show you as an example. But make sure you always have something with you in case it rains. You know, everyone knows about the Atlanta floodings that happened right after Raw, after they announced Rock and Cena. While we were in Fort Lauderdale during WrestleMania 28, Miami just got a huge rainstorm, and there was literally like water like covering your shoe. That's how bad it was. 29 was more of like a winter weather because we were in New York, so we already brought our coats and hats as it was. 30, I remember just before the Hall of Fame, it started raining, and I had a jacket with me, which was good, but didn't have a hood. Make sure you bring one with a hood is really highly recommended for in my opinion. And then 31, I believe, was the perfect weather. I know there was talks about maybe being rain, but it was just perfect the whole weekend. It was a little bit chilly in San Francisco when we went, and I had my jacket to keep me warm. But in Santa Clara, it was just sun was out and guns were out. It was amazing. So, anyways, that's my advice video. So hope you guys enjoyed that. So you guys, hope you take this advice because it worked for me. It'll work for you. I'll see you guys in the next video.